One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here, to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.
Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday, and it's Nikisha Bond here at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. I am your VP of Corporate Affairs, and I am so excited you decided to join us today. Yes, everyone, this is our weekly catch-up meeting. This is how we get to know each other, see what's going on. How have you guys been? Leave it in the comments. I missed you. Did you guys miss me? I missed you guys. How are you? How are things? How are the kids? Okay, that's good to hear. Listen, we're going to get into all of the announcements, and the Post-its are back. I have another training for you guys because I was thinking about this. What could I do that could add value? I want to be valuable to you guys. And I was thinking, you know what? You're only as good as your questions. So we need to sometimes start asking better questions. And a lot of times when we do that, we need a process. And that's what Lean is all about. So if you guys don't know, my background is in Lean Six Sigma, which is a fancy way of saying I'm a professional problem solver. But basically, it gives you all of these tools that you can use to think about problems differently so that you can actually help to solve them. But before we do that, we're going to actually get into the announcements. I don't know if you guys went to our June golf tournament. Such an amazing time. I didn't make it out there. Y'all know it's hard for me to get up early in the morning like that. But I was looking at the pictures. Everybody was having a blast. I'm so bummed that I missed it. But listen, don't be like me. Make sure that you get out, because the thing about this, the chamber, is that we can bring you to the water, but we can't make you drink. We have all these opportunities. We have all of these things that you can do, these ways that you can connect with people. But if you decide to be like me and you just don't use it, you lose it. All right, so let's talk about some of the announcements that we have coming up. So, of course, as you guys know, membership comes with one membership gives you access to all 15 different chapters. And so all throughout the month, we have one mixer every single month. So this month we have, well, all the months are coming up, but this week we have Pomona Valley. We also have Barstow that are going to be having their mixers. So on Monday, July 6th, at the Core Community Collaboration, no, hold on. I can't even see that. Park Avenue Suite in Pomona, California, they're going to be having their monthly mixer. These are so much fun, you guys. You have to get out to the mixers. There's always going to be food. There's always going to be some type of speaker so you can learn something educational, and you're always going to get an opportunity to meet new people. And that's what this is all about, because in business, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. So this is a great opportunity for you to get out and to meet some other people. I hear people all the time talking about how they have a hard time making friends. They can't meet new people, or, you know, the people that they're around, they don't like those people anymore. Well, this is a great way for you to get around like-minded individuals, because I can tell you that I've grown so much from the chamber, because not just the stuff that you're going to learn when you go to Pomona, but also the stuff that you're going to learn to Barstow. I learned so much. I mean, we're going to have in Barstow, they're going to be at the William Street. They're going to be in William Street on Barstow on July 7th, and they're going to be talking about AI. And this is another thing, like, we're staying way up on the AI. I know that they were just at Meta had an event in Riverside. I don't know if you guys had a chance to go out to that, but if you were a member, you would have gotten an invite, because every week we send out all of the events that are happening when Caltrans is doing certification. Meta came out to Riverside with an absolutely free event, and they were talking about all the great things that were coming with AI. Helps you to get connected with people who work at the organization. So there's just so many things that you can learn. So I don't want to hear people say, I can't find anybody, I can't meet anybody. Get connected, and that's how you're going to find and meet people. So July 6th, we're going to be in Pomona. July 7th, we're going to be in Barstow, and we make a really good job of not having the mixers on the same days. So if you wanted to go to all mixers all month long, you are more than welcome to do that. But maybe you're like, hey, listen, I need to get in, and I need to get it done powerfully, fast. You need to go to our business summit and casino night. Right now, it's scheduled for August 21st. We're going to be on the Queen Mary, which is so exciting. I have never been on the Queen Mary, and I knew that you could like go and tour, and I thought that there were hotels and stuff, but that was about it. It's like at a whole conference room. It's got we're going to make it to a whole casino night. We're going to have speakers that are coming out. If you guys saw the last time I did the training, when we got back, if you go back a couple of episodes, I was talking about what we did at the last Unity University Business Summit. And this is going to be another opportunity for us to have not those same speakers, actually new speakers are going to be coming out, talking on marketing, AI. And that's why I say, if you want to get all your stuff like boom, bam, right in, these are the types of things that you need to go to. And so it's not just about the business summit, because it's also about connecting with people and networking and maybe winning some money at the casino night. So I really want to encourage everybody to come out to the business summit. And let me go ahead and play a quick little commercial video. I hope that it plays. Last time I tried to play it, my internet was sucking over here, so it wasn't playing very well. But hopefully you guys will get to watch this one. And I gotta say, I'm actually loving the AI music. I know. Don't judge me. I don't know why I like it, but sometimes it's a bop. Let's see if it plays this time.
And excellence leaves a legacy. Join leaders, entrepreneurs, professionals, and visionaries from across Southern California for the Black Excellence Business Summit 2026, presented by the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, Long Beach Chapter, on Friday, August 21st, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Connect with influential business leaders, discover new opportunities, build powerful relationships, and gain valuable insights to elevate your career, business, and community impact. Then, the celebration continues with an unforgettable casino night on Saturday, August 22nd, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Experience an evening of networking, entertainment, gaming, prizes, and purpose aboard the historic Queen Mary in Long Beach.
Every ticket helps support the youth-build organization, empowering young people ages 16 through 24 with opportunities in education, leadership development, workforce training, and lifelong success. Best of all, come build connections. The Black Excellence Business Summit and Casino Night 2026 at the Queen Mary in Long Beach,
where excellence meets opportunity, and together we build the next generation of leaders.
Register today
And be part of the movement.
Yes, make sure that you register today, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be such a great time. I love these events. And if you guys have gone to our Facebook page, you can scroll down and you can see testimonial after testimonial about people who have learned so much at the Business Summit. You can even see the awards summit. We had the awards dinner. We had so many people there. It was an absolutely fabulous time. Okay, let's stay tuned because I do have to end at 6 o'clock. So we're going to get into our training in just a second. I just have a few more announcements. So real quick, I just want to let you guys know that in September 26th, we have a Black Health and Fitness Business Expo, and we are seeking panel participation. So make sure that you reach out to us. Flyers are all on the website. There's a link actually on the website. If you go to events, you can click on this and you can go ahead and register whether you want to be a vendor, maybe you want to participate on the panel. We are looking for some more people. Also, this is a great opportunity if you are a model, if you are a designer. We are having our Legacy in Pink showcase. This is going to be in Palm Springs on October 3rd. So make sure that you sign up and get connected. This is definitely an event that you want to. I love going to the fashion shows. I love seeing the creative ideas. And this isn't like, Ralph Lauren. This is like local actual designers that you can meet and collaborate with, local models. So that's the part of it that I really love, because when you go to some of these other events, it's one thing when you're seeing just a bunch of professionals being paid. It's another thing when you see friends and family and people that actually up there on stage with their designs or modeling like you always knew they wanted to. And that's what I love about the chamber, because it really does provide a platform for people who might not have an opportunity to do some of those things. Okay, so I think that is all of the announcements, other than always just a call for membership. So if you are interested in joining membership, like I said, One membership gives you 15 chapters, endless connections. So if you are looking for an opportunity to connect with people, if you said, hey, like I've been sitting at home, I don't know anybody, I don't know how am I going to increase my network, join the chamber. It will absolutely change your life if you let it, right? Like, of course, we're not going to come in and do anything to you. You got to go and make the effort to meet people, to connect with people, and get the information that you need. But we got the information. So I just want you guys to get connected and make sure, scan the QR code that's on your screen and make sure that you join the fun. We are having so much fun over here at the chamber. Okay. Yes, Nikisha, let's get started with the training. Let's do that first. We're going to do a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get started because I got to get a little bit of water, and then we're going to go ahead and get started.
Good news for the Southern California business community. Now you can add your business to the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce Business Directory complimentary. We have been working tirelessly to build a list of Black-owned enterprises in Southern California. This is an excellent way for you to be a part of an expansive network and find your ideal customers, business partners, and vendors. So don't waste time. Visit blackchamberofcommerce.org today and add your business today.
All right, welcome back to our weekly chamber catch-up meeting, wrap-up meeting, training meeting, whatever we're doing here. We're here Wednesdays at 5-ish. All right, let's get to the training. So like I told you guys, we're going to be talking about SCAMPER, which stands for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, reverse. So we're going to be going all through those. And basically, I want you to just think of this as a great way of brainstorming. So I got my handy dandy notes here. Look at me. I'm an influencer. Look. Anyways, SCAMPER brainstorming. It's a brainstorming technique developed by Bob Eberl. I hope I said that right. That encourages creative thinking by asking 7 different types of questions. So like I was saying earlier, a lot of times we get the same things in life because we keep asking ourselves the same question. And sometimes just asking yourself a question asking yourself a different question can just elicit different answers for us. So I don't want you to think of this as like every time I brainstorm, I need to use every single one of these techniques. No, this is just a different way of thinking about a problem, a solution, a product, a service. So the idea is that you have a problem that you want to deal with, and we're going to use the SCAMPER technique to just different ways that we can think about it. So we're going to have 2 examples that we're going to run just so that it makes a little bit more sense. I have this written down elsewhere. It's not on my little handy dandy Post-its. But basically, we're going to talk about 2 different problems that most business owners have. Either 1, I need more clients, or 2, I need more help, like hiring and building a team. So let's talk a little bit about how we can use SCAMPER in order to help us with that. So let's start with the first one, the S, which is substitute. What part of the product, service, or solution can be replaced by another? So some of the questions that you might want to ask yourself is, who or what can be substituted? Can the process be simplified? Could I use an alternative? Like, can I move things around? So how does that translate if you needed more clients? Like, what would that look like? So some questions you might ask yourself would be, what marketing activities can I replace? Could referrals replace advertising? Could a video replace flyers? Could networking replace cold outreach? Could I target a different customer? So these are now questions of thinking of how can I substitute what I'm doing? Can I replace this with this? Can I try this instead of that? Can I substitute things out? And why are we doing this? The only reason why we're doing this whole exercise is so we can start to think of our problems in a different way. Because sometimes we come up with the problem and all we have is the same old solution. We come up with the problem, we have the same old solution. Why? Because we're probably asking the same questions. And we don't always realize it because it's like, I didn't think to ask any different questions. I didn't know I needed to think about a different question. So how does that look? Let's see if we have, we need some more help. What other type of questions could we ask ourselves if we needed some more help? Can a software replace this part of the task? Right? That's a great question. Can a contractor replace a full-time employee? Like, do I need a full-time employee? Or maybe I need a virtual assistant. Maybe I need a part-time employee. Maybe I can ask my cousin who doesn't have a job over there if they can help me out. Can this be delegated or instead of something that I can do myself? Maybe you can hire a 1099 person, somebody that can help you instead of hiring a full-time person, just someone who can come in and substitute what you're doing right now. Can AI help me with some of the workload? So you're trying to substitute your labor, your challenges, and what you're doing for trying to get new customers or trying to get more help. What can you substitute that can still get you to that same direction? Okay. All right. So that was the first S. The next one, combine. Analyze the possibility of merging 2 ideas or stages of the product or process in order to get a single, more efficient output. So is there anything that you can combine? So what are some of the questions that we can talk about when it talks about combining things? And again, what are we trying to do? We're just trying to have questions that help us to solve the problems. So can we merge two steps together? Like, is there something that maybe we do this and this, but maybe we can put them together? Can we apply two processes at the same time? Like normal, we do this one after this one, but maybe we could do them together. Can we combine resources? So maybe I always pay for things, but maybe that person can pay and this person can pay. Maybe we can do employees contribute and like everybody can combine to the pot and then they own a piece of the business. That's something. Can we mix components together? So is there anything that we can mix that we can put together? Okay, so how do we combine different things? So now we're asking ourselves different questions. Okay, so now going back to our example, let's say I need some more clients. Okay, now I'm in my brainstorming session. And what is the brainstorming session going to look like? It's going to look like you probably getting together with your team or getting together with some other people who might have nothing to do with the business because they can give you an outsider's perspective. And that's always helpful because sometimes we get so stuck in the process that all we can see is the process. And having someone who can look outside of the process and be like, oh, did you ever think about this? And you're like, I never thought about that. Just because you just never thought about it. But sometimes when somebody asks a different question, it elicits a different response from us. So let's think about it. Okay, if we're going to be combining things and we need more clients, what questions could we ask ourselves? Can we combine networking and content creation, right? So like when I'm out networking, can I also be creating content at the same time? That's a great one. Can I combine a workshop with a sales offer? Can I do a workshop and then have a free sales offer in that workshop that then goes to maybe a paid opportunity later? How can we combine things? Can we partner with another business to share leads? Maybe there's someone, I know in our business for construction, we were always trying to partner with like concrete guys or wall guys or people who did things that we didn't do so that when they had a job and they needed some help, they could think of us. So how do we combine things? Can we combine email, social media, and events into one campaign? How can we do that? With AI, we can do so many things. And again, we're just asking ourselves questions, right? So let's say you need some more help. What are some questions that you can ask if you need some more help? Can one role perform multiple functions? So maybe you have a VA, a virtual assistant. Maybe they can do more than what they're doing right now. Have you ever thought about that? I worked with a client who had a VA, and the only issue with that VA not being able to do more is because they didn't have like a standard operating procedure so that they could train that person on. So a lot of times people can perform multiple functions in your role, but are you prepared for them to be able to take that on? And this is why it's helping us to think a little bit differently about this. Can two departments work together, right? Can sales and marketing work together instead of having them be separate? Can I share resources with another business? Maybe we can both buy leads together and work them together. I don't know. That's a lot of trust. I'll leave that up to you. Can I combine training for multiple positions, right? Can we use things that are already online? What is it that we can do to start to combine things? That's what we're really looking at here. Because again, a lot of times when we encounter problems in our business, we just get stuck. We don't know how to solve it. And we think somebody out there has the solution. And I can tell you, I've worked with lots and lots of business owners. You have the solution. I promise you, you have the solution. The only problem between you and the solution is probably the questions that you're asking yourself, because maybe you don't know to ask a different type of question. And that's what the whole Scamper process is about, is helping you to ask different questions. So let's go on to number 3, my influencer hand. I wish I did have a product to sell, right? You sound good. I would be at that. Anyways, let's continue. Stay focused, Nikisha. Adapt. That's the A. So Scamper is the acronym, and we're on A. So it aims to adjust or tweak a product and service for a better output. This can be a major or a minor adaptation. So how can we adapt? What do you mean by adapt, Nikisha? Let's look at some of the questions that we might have if we were looking to adapt. So what would we need? What would we need to change? What else could be done? How could we improve the existing process? How can we make it more flexible? Okay, what questions do we ask if we have some clients and we need some more clients? So what can I be asking myself? Okay, so what is a successful lead generation strategy that I can adapt? So that's looking out in the marketplace and saying, what's out there that I could use and adapt it for my own use? How can I improve my follow-up process? How can I make it easier for prospects to contact me? What is working in another industry that could work here? So what you're trying to do is saying like, hey, who is the industry standard? Who has already solved this problem? What is it they're doing? What are the best practices? What is a benchmark? What is industry standards? When you start asking yourself these questions, just going and asking yourself that question and then going and looking for the answer, all of a sudden you're going to find different solutions that you had never even thought of. right? What does Einstein say? You can't solve today's problems with yesterday's thinking. So we got to have these new questions that help us to think of things a different way. Okay, what if we need to help hiring people or building a team? What questions that we could use to adapt? So how do other companies hire successfully? What's out there in the market? What are they doing? How can I improve onboarding? How can I make training easier? What systems need to be adapted before I hire? So these are all the things that you can think of and ask yourself. And so a lot of times too, if you just go into AI and you type in the term scamper and you put in the substitute, combine, adapt, and all the rest of them that we're going to go through, you can have AI help you brainstorm some of these things. So you don't always have to start from scratch. You can just start from where you are. And I love that part because it's not about being perfect. It's about finding what works for you. And sometimes one of the things that you're going to do works for some people, and some of the things you're going to do doesn't work for other people. You got to know you. And I think a lot of times we're trying to do what other people are doing because we've been told, like, oh, if they're successful, follow them and you'll be successful. Maybe, I don't know, maybe, most of the time, kind of, you might luck upon it. But, a lot of times it's adapting your skills to that successful program versus just adopting that successful program wholeheartedly. So anyways, the whole point is we want to make sure that we're asking good questions. We want to make sure that we are asking good questions that will get us to where we want to be. Okay, so let's go to the M on Scamper, which is modify, minify, and magnify. Okay, changing the process in a way that unleashes more innovative capabilities or solves problems. So I'm actually gonna have to go to my notes on this one. Let me see, what was I even thinking about with this one? Okay, so what are some of the questions? What if the process was bigger, smaller, or more efficient? Oh, okay, you know what I was thinking about for this one? One of the things, and I told you guys the story and I'll tell you again, like when we ran into an issue with our business, one of the things people said is like, you don't do everything. So we had to think bigger. We had to dream bigger. We had to say, okay, what is it that people are saying what is it that people are buying landscape construction for? I said, they want an experience, right? You watch it on TV, you want to have that HGTV experience. So that was the mindset that I got into was how do we give people that HGTV experience that they're hoping? That's making it big, big, big. But now we're in a different change, right? We're trying to minimize our services and saying, okay, what is it that our clients want now, right? Now they want maintenance, right? You've had your turf in for many, many years. You could be on the verge of having to replace it, but maybe we can maintenance it and keep it there for you longer. So we've gone from a really big vision to a much more minified, I don't even know if that's a word. Minified? I don't know if that's a word. I don't know, but that was something that we did. So I want you to think about that, how making it bigger or making it smaller, both of those can help you. But let's ask ourselves some questions. Okay, so I need some more clients. What are some of the questions that I can ask? I'll see if I used any of these. What if I doubled my audience? What if I created a smaller entry offer, right? What if I focused on one niche? That's what we're doing, right? What if I simplified my sales process from 5 steps to 2, right? So one of the things that I was working on magnifying, simplifying is that, we're putting everybody into House Call Pro and it's got all these different steps. But when I look at my competition, they just have one form that people need to fill out. So I made one form, and that one little small switch, because people don't want to fill out the button with multiple steps, but they'll fill out the one form. Totally change the business, change the conversion rate. So I'm asking myself different questions. How do I simplify the process? Because that's what people wanted. I'm coming to your website. I just want you to make it easy for me. I don't want to go. I know you need all that information, Nikisha, which I do, but I don't want to give it to you, customer says. So I have to adapt to that. I have to modify to that. I have to minify for that or whatever that is. Okay. The next one. What about if I need more help hiring and building teams? How can I modify, magnify, minify? What if I hired a part-time person instead of a full-time person, right? So maybe you don't need a full-time employee. Maybe you just need a part-time employee that you can strategically say, okay, they're going to come in. Like, this is how I use my daughter. She's going to come in on this day. Here's all the stuff you need to do. I'm sending it to her a day before. I want her to know exactly what she's going to do because I don't have time. I can't pay her for a full-time, but I can pay for her to come in and do these specific functions for me on these days, and I get her well prepped before she comes in there. So that's a good one. What if I only hired for one task, right? So what if instead of hiring for all the things you need to do, maybe you hire someone for one thing that you need to do? What if I expanded the role? So maybe you have a part-time VA and you're like, it's not working out. What if you could give them a bigger role? What if they expanded? What if you thought bigger, right? What if I simplified the position requirements? So you see how we're going bigger, we're going smaller. We're going bigger, we're going smaller because we're asking ourselves different questions. We're trying to see, is this going to fix it? Is that going to fix it? Is this, oh yeah, I like what Deborah's saying. Deborah's saying, unleash. Exactly. Because when you start thinking bigger, all of a sudden you start asking yourself, So many different questions, right? Think about it like this. If you want $1 million business, that's one set of questions. If you want $100 million business, that's a totally different set of questions. You're on a totally different page. And so that's why it's so important for us to look at this. Do you need to make what you're working on bigger? Do you need to make it smaller? Either way, just try to think about it in those different terms, because you might find your solution is in one of those. Okay, let's go on to the next one. We're running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have time for commercial breaks. We must keep going. Okay. I know, guys, it's crazy over here. Put to another use. How to put the current product, process, or service for another purpose. How to use existing products to solve problems. So how can we repurpose things? How can we put things to another use? So let's ask ourselves some questions. Now, remember, I know Deborah's laughing at me because she's like, I'm over here wilding out, because I get into this training and it starts making me really excited, because I know that when you start asking yourself different questions, your whole life can change, right? And so I know that there's somebody on here who's going to hear something, they're going to think about something, and all of a sudden their whole life is going to change. And I love that, right? I love being a part of that. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, put to another use. Let's stay focused. Deborah, stay focused. Okay. I love Deborah. If you guys don't know, Deborah does an amazing podcast every Tuesday at 6 p.m. My 2 Cents podcast. I want you guys to make sure that you go and visit her. She does an amazing one. So if you want to hear about her 2 cents, if you want to put in your 2 cents, make sure you join her on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. That's Deborah McLaughlin. She is going to take you through. And she was talking about AI resistance. And we were having a cute little conversation about that, because I'm like, I'll be AI resistance, and then I'll jump headfirst into it and be like, whatever. Okay, focus. We don't have that much time, Nikisha. We need to stay focused. Okay, back to the training. Okay, put to another use. What other uses are there? Can this solve another problem? So maybe you're looking at it one way, but maybe it could solve a different problem. How can we improve different existing processes? How can we make it more flexible? What else could be done? What would we need? Oh, sorry, I'm on a different one. I'm sorry, let me focus. What other departments could use this? We're going to put it to another use. What other ways could we use it? Can it solve another problem? So let's get back to our client example, right? You need more clients. What questions could you ask yourself? Can I turn a client testimonial into content? That's putting it to another use, right? Like somebody says oh, you did a great job. Hey, would you like to record a quick video for me? Great. Then that becomes content. That's going to be something that you get onto your website, putting it to another use. Can I repurpose a podcast into social media? Are you doing a speaking engagement? Can somebody record you? Is that something that you can then chop up and turn into content, put to another use? Can I use an existing customer as a referral source? Do you have a referral program? Because that means you're putting your customers to another use, because you're giving them another opportunity to engage with you. And people love to be able to help other people out. So do you have referrals? Are you using your customers in different ways? Can I use my expertise to create workshops or courses? So many people, especially if you're over 40, if you're over 40, you should be some type of a consultant, because you've done enough in your life. Hopefully you've done enough in your life that you could probably add some value to a lot of people. And so can you repurpose your information that you've learned? Maybe you're a teacher. I was talking to my friend, sidebar, I was talking to my friend, and we were talking about this, and she was talking about being a parent advocate, because her son had a lot of mental challenges. So he was in IEP classes. He had a lot of, learning conditions that he had to deal with. And I loved talking to her, because my daughter also had an IEP, because she had a speech issue. And one of the things that I loved is she's like, you really have to advocate for your kids. They're going to sit in there. You're going to have like 4 or 5 teachers standing there. It's going to be you, the parent. You're going to feel like you're judged, but they're there to help you. They want to help you. They want you to succeed. So she's like, so I could go in and I could tell people, I can help them out. And all that. Oh, right. Deborah's telling me no time for sidebars. Thank you, Deborah. No time for sidebars. Anyways, no time for sidebars. But long story short, she's repurposing her experience for something that could actually be a business opportunity for her. Okay. Thank you, Deborah. We need to stay on track. Thank you so much, Deborah, because I will just start going off, and I started late. So, okay. Anyways, back to the point. So let's say you need more clients, right? No, we're hiring a team. That's the other example. What could we put to another use? Can an existing employee take on this responsibility? Can we put them to another use? Maybe they did this and maybe they can do something else. Can an intern help? Maybe somebody would like to get some experience in the field that you're in, and you could offer an internship for them, and give them a great letter of recommendation. Or there's like certifications that you can get if you train certain things. Can a procedure manual be used for training? Can I use members as mentors? So can I use members as mentors? Oh, team members as mentors. Oh, yeah, right. So if you have a team member that's been there for a long time, maybe you could put them in a position of training, and now you're repurposing them. So putting them to another use. So it's just asking yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to do all these things. It's just, could you? Could you do these things if you wanted to? You're just asking yourself the question. I want to make sure that I am respectful of everyone's time, and Deborah is keeping me on track. So we are going to go on to the next one, which is eliminate and elaborate. Okay. Identify the parts of the process that can be eliminated to improve the process, product, or a service. So what can we eliminate? So this is just questions that we're asking ourselves, right? So in general, what are some general questions we can talk about when it comes to eliminate? What would happen if we remove this part? So many times we do things because we've just always done them. What if we removed it? Do we have to do it? Let's ask ourselves that. Do we need this part? What if we put in half the resources? So what are we going to do if we're talking about getting more clients? What are some questions we can ask? What marketing activities are wasting time? Are you doing something right now that's just wasting your time, but you just do it because you've always done it? What can I stop doing? I'm always like, what's working? Do more of that. What's not working? Stop doing that. If I only had 1 hour a day to market, what would the focus be on? Right? So that gets you to say, okay, I only got 1 hour to do this. What is going to give me the biggest bang for my buck? And what is creating activity, but not clients? I'm notorious for this. I'm not going to get on a sidebar, but sometimes I will set up a process for myself that's just a process of tracking, but it doesn't actually produce clients. So a lot of times you have to ask ourselves when we're doing these things, what is the main thing? Are you keeping the main thing the main thing? Are you keeping the main thing the main thing? Because sometimes we forget the main thing needs to be the main thing. We get sidetracked, just like I do on these things, but I'm going to get back focused. Okay, so if we're hiring people, what are some things that we can eliminate? So do we even need to hire, right? Can we eliminate that task altogether? Why are we even doing this? Is somebody asking for it, or is it just something we set up? Can we automate and remove the need for this position? Can we use AI for this position? What if I removed unnecessary steps from the process? What can I take away without it impacting the process? I'm just going to start asking myself these things, and I'm going to allow myself to go on the creative journey in my mind on whether or not these things would actually work. Sometimes they're going to work, but sometimes they're not going to work. And we got to be okay with both of those. All right. And the last one, we did it, guys. We did it, Joe. We made it, Joe. We made it. We stayed on task. I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of me. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, everyone. Kijana, thank you so much. I love Kijana. Great work. AI resistance. When a big John Henry resisted all that drill, replaced human labor. Change is available. Yes, change is available. Thank you for that, Kijana. Is it efficient and effective? Yes, we want to be efficient and we want to be effective. A great example, and I'm going to stay on track, Google Ads. I wanted my Google Ads to convert, but guess what they kept doing? They kept trying to give me more leads. I don't want more views. I want them to convert. So I have to keep the main thing, because Google wanted me to pay more money. I wanted my ads to convert. Keep the main thing, Yes, Kijana, simplify your workload is essential. Okay, you guys, we did it. And we have enough time. I'm so excited for us. Okay. Reverse. Explore the innovative potential when changing the order of the process in the production line. Can we flip it and reverse it? Flip it and reverse it. Okay, let's go back to the questions. Let's see. All right, so in general, what questions can we ask ourselves if we're on the reverse or rearrange? What would happen if we reverse the process? Can we rearrange the order? Can we interchange elements? Can we switch it up? What does that have to do with clients? I want some more clients, Nikisha. How can I think of it differently? What if I built a relationship before pitching? Bro, that's interesting, right? Always, a lot of times we meet people and we want to give them the pitch right away. But what if I was more interested in the relationship than I was in the pitch, reversing it? What if I started with referrals before advertising, right? What if I said I get it out to free, get all of those referrals because they got it for free and they can give me all of those testimonials and do that before I even start doing any advertising? That's a great MVP. Go back to the last one if you want to learn about MVPs. What if I sold the first and built later? Oh, this is huge. I just created something on my website that if somebody bought it, I'd still have to finish the back end of it, right? But I was willing to do that because if somebody buys it and I don't have it, I'm just going to upgrade their service more while I finish the things in the background. So what if you sold it first and built it later, right? That's when people put fake things up on the website just to see if you'll click, to see if there's any interest in it. What assumptions about getting clients should I challenge? Is there things in your thinking about getting clients? I got to do this before I do this. I got to do this before I do this. Reverse it. Could that be helpful? Okay, what about if I need to hire people? What can we reverse if I need to hire people? What if I documented the process before hiring? What if I really went through and figured out what I actually need before I hire? Because I might find that the process that I'm using is inefficient and I can change the process and therefore don't need to hire somebody. Reverse it. What if I trained first and hired second? Trained who? I don't know, but that was one of the questions. It's just to think about it. What if I hired for attitude before experience? I don't know about that. 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 What if I design the role around outcomes instead of tasks? I 100% believe in that. You should be designing things around outcomes because a lot of times we're looking, pre-orders. Yes, Deborah, that's a great one. Pre-orders is great. Pre-orders, pre-launches. People love to be the first to get in and they love to give you their feedback too. So pre-orders, pre-launches, reverse it. Just think about it a little bit differently. So what have we learned today? Let's go through, ladies and gentlemen, because we only got 1 minute. Scamper, substitute, combine. What can I combine? What can I adapt? What can I modify, magnify, modify? What can I put to another use? What can I eliminate? What can I reverse? These are all just different ways that we want to start thinking about our problems and our solutions because nothing is ever out of your reach. The solution exists. Now, the way you're thinking about it today might not be there. So that's why I encourage when you're doing these types of exercises, bring other people in, people who are from your industry and people who are not, just so that you can get a lot of different eyes, giving you a different point of view and a different vision. And I promise you through there, right, in the midst of it, you'll be like, there's the one idea. There it is right there. You don't need all the ideas. You don't have to ask all the questions. You're just looking for the one because it's that one that makes you a 10, 20-year overnight success. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been my pleasure. Nikisha Bond, VP of Corporate Affairs over here at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. We will be back next Wednesday at 5 p.m. for another training. I'm going to try and be on time. Lies. I'm going to try and be on time. Lies. I want to be on time. Truth. And I'll see you guys next time. Everybody have a great day. Bye.
One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here, to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.